Okay, if you're a central government employee, listen up, because the way you save for retirement just got a serious upgrade. We're talking about new rules that give you way more control over your pension than ever before. So let's break down exactly what this means for your money.
What we're doing today is diving into a recent circular from the Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority, the PFRDA. Our goal is pretty simple. We're going to translate all that official jargon into what it actually means for your retirement savings.
So let's just ask the big question right up front. Is your pension plan basically set in stone? For a long time, the answer to that was, well, yeah, kinda. Your investment path was pretty much laid out for you. But is that still the case?
Not anymore. The short answer is a big no. The rules have officially changed, and your investment choices have just gotten a whole lot bigger. This is all about putting you in the driver's seat of your own pension plan.
Now, to really get a handle on what's new and exciting, we first need to take a quick look at how things have been up until now. What were the choices on the table before all this?
Essentially, you've had two main paths. Most people, and I mean most people, are in what's called the default scheme. This is where your money is just automatically invested based on a preset formula. The only other option, active choice, was, let's be honest, super limited. You could only choose to put 100% of your money into government securities, which are safe, sure, but also very low risk and low growth.
But here's a stat from that PFRDA circular that might just blow your mind. Only about 4%, just 4%, of all central government subscribers have ever actively chosen an investment plan for themselves.
Just think about that for a second. That means a whopping 96% of employees are just cruising along in the default scheme without ever making an active choice. And that right there is exactly why understanding these powerful new options is so incredibly important.
So what's all the fuss about? What's actually new? Well, the PFRDA has rolled out two brand new auto choice options, and these are designed for people who are looking for higher growth potential by investing more of their money in equities or, the stock market.
Now, before we compare these new funds, we have to talk about a really key concept: tapering. Just think of it like an automatic safety feature for your retirement savings. As you get older and closer to needing that money, these plans automatically and gradually shift your investments from higher-risk stocks into safer assets. It's all about locking in your gains.
Okay, here's the main event. This is how all four auto choice funds stack up now. You've got the ones that were already there, LC25 and LC50, which cap your stock market exposure at 25% and 50%. But now, look at the new guys on the block. LC75 lets you go up to a massive 75% in equities. And then there's this other new one, the aggressive fund, which is really interesting.
For anyone who's younger, this difference is just huge. With this new LC75 fund, you can have 3/4 of your pension invested for growth in the stock market all the way until you're 35 years old. Over decades, that kind of increased exposure could have a massive impact on your final retirement pot, all thanks to the power of compounding.
And what about that second new option, the aggressive life cycle fund? What makes it so different? Well, while it also has a 50% equity limit like LC50, it holds that level for a full decade longer, all the way until you turn 45 before it starts to taper down. This is really built for people with a long time horizon who are comfortable with that sustained level of risk.
Okay, so you've seen the new options. Maybe you're thinking the default scheme isn't the right fit for you anymore. So the big question is, how do you actually make a change? Well, the good news is the process is refreshingly simple.
It's really just a simple two-step process. First, you have to actively choose your investment option. That could be active choice or one of these four auto choice life cycle funds. And second, you choose a pension fund manager. That's the pro who's actually managing your investments from the official list. That's it. And hey, don't just take my word for it. This is a direct quote from the official circular. It's a clear reminder that with great choice comes great responsibility. The PFRDA is basically encouraging you to do a little homework, to look at the performance data on the NPS Trust website and make a smart decision that's right for you.
So, let's zoom out. What does this all really boil down to? What's the single most important message you should take away from this huge update to the NPS rules?
Let's recap the big points. First, and most importantly, you have more choice and more control than you've ever had before. Second, there are brand new options on the table with much higher growth potential, which is a massive deal, especially for younger employees. And third, you are now empowered to choose not just your strategy, but also the specific manager who handles your money.
At the end of the day, this change is really all about one thing: personalization. It's an invitation for you to stop, take a breath, and really think about your own financial goals, how comfortable you are with risk, and to make sure your pension strategy actually lines up with the future you want to build. So, we'll leave you with this one question to think about. The default path has always been the easy one, but now, with all these new tools at your fingertips, is it still the best one for your future? The choice, now, is truly yours.